Carl Weathers is an American actor and former professional football player. He is best known for portraying Apollo Creed in the Rocky series of films, Al Dillon in Predator, Chubbs Peterson in Happy Gilmore in Little Nicky, and a fictionalized version of himself on the comedy series Arrested Development. He currently holds a recurring role as Greef Karga on the Star Wars spin-off web series, The Mandalorian. As a football player, Weathers played for the Oakland Raiders of the National Football League and the BC Lions of the Canadian Football League.
Weathers was born in New Orleans, Louisiana. His father was a day laborer. As an 8th grade student, he earned an athletic scholarship to St. Augustine High School, a private high school. During high school, he was an all-around athlete, involved in boxing, football, gymnastics, judo, soccer, and wrestling. He graduated in 1966.
Weathers played football as a defensive end in college. He started his college career in 1966 at Long Beach City College, where he did not play in 1966 due to an ankle injury suffered when he tripped over a curb surrounding the running track while warming up for practice with another linebacker, Paul Snow. He then transferred and played for San Diego State University, becoming a letterman for the San Diego State Aztecs in 1968 and 1969, playing for head coach Don Coryell.
After he went undrafted, Weathers signed with the Oakland Raiders as a free agent in 1970. Now playing as a linebacker, Weathers played 7 games for the Raiders in 1970 and 1 in 1971. The Raiders released Weathers, and he signed with the BC Lions of the Canadian Football League in 1971 and played until 1973, 18 games in total. During the off-seasons, Weathers attended San Francisco State University and earned a bachelor's degree in drama in 1974. He retired from football in 1974 and began pursuing an acting career.
Weathers narrated NFL Films season recap of the 1999, 2000, and 2001 seasons. During the 2017 NFL Draft, he appeared on NFL Network's pre-draft coverage.
Weathers began working as an extra while still playing football. He had his first significant roles in 2 blaxploitation films directed by his longtime friend Arthur Marks, Bucktown and Friday Foster. Weathers also appeared in an episode of the 1970s sitcom Good Times titled The Nude, portraying an angry husband who suspected his wife of cheating on him with JJ. In 1975, he guest starred in an episode of Kung Fu titled The Brothers Kane, also appeared in an episode of Cannon titled The Hero in 1975. In 1976, he appeared as a loan shark in an episode of the crime drama Starsky and Hutch. In 1976 he appeared on Barnaby Jones as escaped convict Jack Hopper, episode The Bounty Hunter.
While auditioning for the role of Apollo Creed alongside Sylvester Stallone in Rocky, Weathers criticized Stallone's acting, which led to him getting the role. He reprised the role of Apollo Creed in the next 3 Rocky films in 1979, 1982, and 1985.
Weathers is briefly seen as an Army MP in one of the 3 released versions of Close Encounters of the Third Kind. In 1978, Weathers portrayed Vince Sullivan in a TV movie, Not This Time. In the late 1970s and 1980s, Weathers starred in a number of action films for the small and big screen, including Force 10 from Navarone, Predator, Action Jackson, and Hurricane Smith. As a member of the cast of Predator, Weathers worked with future California Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger and future Minnesota Governor Jesse Ventura. Many years later he appeared in a spoof segment on Saturday Night Live, announcing that he was running for political office and urging viewers to vote for him on the basis that he was the black guy in Predator.
He also appeared in Michael Jackson's Liberian Girl music video and co-starred in the Adam Sandler comedy Happy Gilmore as Chubbs, a golf legend teaching Happy how to play golf. He reprised the role nearly 4 years later in the Sandler comedy Little Nicky.
During the final 2 seasons of In the Heat of the Night, his character, Hampton Forbes, replaced Bill Gillespie as the chief of police. Another noted TV role was SGT Adam Bodrow's on the cop show Street Justice. He also played as MACVSOG Colonel Brewster in the CBS series Tour of Duty.
In 2004, Weathers received a career revival as a comedic actor, beginning with appearances in 3 episodes of the comedy series Arrested Development as a cheapskate caricature of himself, who serves as Tobias Funk's acting coach. He was then cast in the comedies The Sasquatch Gang and The Comebacks. Weathers had a guest role in 2 episodes of The Shield as the former training officer of main character Vic Mackey.
Weathers provided the voice for Colonel Samuel Garrett in the Pandemic Studios video game Mercenaries: Playground of Destruction. In 2005, he was a narrator on Conquest: The Price of Victory, Witness the Journey of the Trojans, an 18-part television show about USC athletics. Weathers is a principal of Red Type Media, a film and video production company that specializes in tactical training films made for the United States Armed Forces. He also appeared in 1 episode of ER as the father of an injured boxer during their 2008 finale season.
For the 6th film in the Rocky series, Rocky Balboa, Stallone asked Weathers, Mr. and Dolph Lundgren for permission to use footage from their appearances in the earlier Rocky films. Mr. and Lundgren agreed, but Weathers wanted an actual part in the movie, even though his character had died in Rocky IV. Stallone refused, and Weathers decided not to allow Stallone to use his image for flashbacks from the previous films. They instead used footage of a fighter who looked similar to Weathers. Weathers and Stallone patched up their differences, and Weathers agreed to allow footage of him from previous films to be used throughout Creed 2.
Weathers portrayed the father of Michael Strahan and Daryl Chill Mitchell's characters on the short-lived 2009 Fox sitcom Brothers. Weathers is currently acting as Brian Gibo Fitzgerald in advertising for Old Spice's sponsorship of NASCAR driver Tony Stewart. He also appears in an ongoing series of web-only advertisements for Credit Union of Washington, dispensing flowers and the advice that change is beautiful to puzzled-looking bystanders. He is also starring in a series of commercials for Bud Light, in which he introduces plays from the Bud Light playbook. At the conclusion of each commercial, Weathers can be seen bursting through the Bud Light playbook and shouting, "Here we go."
Weathers and his ex-wife, Mary Ann, have 2 sons.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.